The HCJB Clean Water Projects team works in 3 areas of Ecuador: the Andes Mountains, the Amazon jungle and the Pacific lowlands. This short video is about some of the projects we are hoping to facilitate up the Cayapas River in the Pacific lowlands of Ecuador. This is a remote part of the country which is accessible only by canoe on the fast-flowing rivers which tumble out of the Andes Mountains. There are no roads and no airstrips to service this region. The area consequently is underdeveloped with few basic amenities. Clean drinking water and adequate sanitation is absent in most of these river communities. In fact, the principal supply of drinking water is the river itself. This is contaminated with raw sewage and consequently with many harmful waterborne bacteria and parasites. The HCJB Clean Water Projects team is seeking to facilitate clean water and sanitation projects in several communities along the river who have shown an interest in improving their health. Calle Mansa and Agua Blanca are just 2 communities where we are hoping to facilitate projects very shortly. In San Jose, a project is approaching completion. This is the community of Calle Mansa. This is a Chachi Indian community. Today, everybody in the village has come together to discuss the need for a new drinking water supply and for improvements to sanitation. Discussion is lively as the community has to weigh up the best way forwards. Some community members are rather cynical because they have been let down by previous development projects which were either left uncompleted or were undertaken in an inappropriate manner. We make it quite plain to the community that the project is theirs. HCJB is there to facilitate, not to do the work for them. The project will stand or fall on their ability to work together. After meeting with the community in Calle Mansa, we then travelled further upstream where we were to have another meeting with the community at Agua Blanca, which in English translates to white water. Narrow dugout canoes with outboard motors on the back make for quite exciting travel. The river really is a lifeline for this region, and life is centred around it. It is a source of food, drinking water, and a means for transporting products to market. Our next stop on the river is Agua Blanca. As we arrive, children are playing in the water to keep cool. Whilst this is fun, it does place them at risk from waterborne disease. As we approach the riverbank, the community is waiting there to meet us. Just like Calle Mansa, this community has shown an interest in developing and improving a safe water supply and sanitation. Cesar Cortes is an Ecuadorian water engineer working with HCJB. He is explaining to the community the benefits of clean drinking water and improvements to sanitation. Once again, discussion is lively as the community considers whether they could work together on a project. Even the children are invited to the meeting, although the novelty starts to wear off after a while. For the little ones, it's just easier to sleep. Even after the meeting has finished, discussions continue outside. some of the younger members of the community, this is the first time that they have met visitors from outside. One of the final tasks on this visit to the Cayapas River was to spend time in San Jose, a black community where we are just completing a clean water system. Life in this community is difficult, and at the beginning of the project, few people believed it would ever come to completion. However, there is now a fully operational clean water system for the very first time. Clean water is pumped from a well at the bottom of the hill to a concrete reservoir at the top. From here, the water is able to flow downhill by gravity, and every house in this community now has its own supply of water. One of the key tasks during our visit was to install and test the water pumps.